I need you to do what we talked about.
It's already in motion.
Next Wednesday.
I take care of mine and you take care of his.
Zach, my babies ain't gonna be raised separately.
I'm prepared to take care of both of these kids, especially if you won't step up.
Their worlds are about to be turned upside down.
I'm trying to find my pregnant fiance. From her phone records, she was the last person she talked with.
You're not gonna believe it, do you hear it?
When's the last time you saw Penelope Williams?
You are focusing on the wrong person.
I can assure you we're focusing on the right person.
Tyler Perry Sistas. All new next Wednesday at 9. Watch it live on BET.
Hey, it's your Missniecytv, and I'm here to break down the trailer for Sistas Season 7, Episode 13. The trailer starts off with Gary talking to Hudson. He's like, I'm gonna need you to do what we talked about. And Hudson's like, it's already done. I don't know what this could be referring to. I wonder if it has to do with Penelope's disappearance, or does it have to do with Gary hiring that white guy to work on Jordan's campaign to take him down. Whatever the situation is, I hope that Gary's not dumb enough to talk about it in a police station parking lot, though, because it looks like Gary's having this conversation with Hudson in the police station parking. Then we see Zach having a conversation with Karen while he's driving. He's like, Aaron's gonna raise his kid and I'm gonna raise mine. And Karen's like, my babies aren't gonna be raised separately. Karen, yes, they will. If they have two different fathers, they will be raised in two different households. If you don't want your twins to be raised separately, then how would they spend time with their fathers? Unless you just want the fathers to be there financially, not physically. And you can't deny Zach or Aaron the right to see their child because it's in DNA proof now. I just hope that they can come together and form some type of custody agreement, because the way that Karen's going about this, it's not going to turn out. I just hope Zach and Aaron get what they need to get in writing so that Karen can't pull no mess when it comes to visitation for the kids and doing stuff for them financially. Speaking of Aaron, he comes up to Karen's salon talking about something. You need to be upfront about this. And Karen's like, I will when I'm ready. I think what Aaron is referring to is that he's trying to get Karen to tell her friends that she has two baby daddies, and she's like, I will when I'm ready. Karen, you won't have to worry about telling the rest of the girls because Danny and Fatima gonna do it for you. Karen, there's nothing really to be ashamed of. They already knew that there's a possibility that either one of them could be the daddy. Karen, you can't help the way that science works, so there's nothing really to be ashamed of, and you think the girls are really gonna judge you. And even if they do, you say they're not your friends anyway, so why do you care? Then we see Zach having a conversation with Aaron, and Aaron's like, I'll raise mine and your kid if you don't want to step up. And I'm like, Aaron, Zach has never shied away from his responsibilities, especially when it comes to the possibility of this being his child. He's went over and beyond. Even before knowing the DNA test results, and even when he found out the DNA test results, he's like, I hope mine is a girl. So I don't know where you got the idea that he doesn't want to step up for his child. All he wants is to be away from you. But I do think that Zach and Aaron do need to become cordial at some point, because they do have children raised by Karen. Then we see Zach and Fatima having a conversation, and I think this is after Zach has been confronted by Aaron at the basketball. I think that Fatima's going to tell Zach, I understand your frustration, but there's nothing that you can really do about it now. She's like, you're going to have to put your differences aside for the sake of your child, because your child is still the brother or sister to the other twin. Back over at Zach and Fatima's house is the next morning, and Zach and Fatima are having a conversation about the DNA test results. And Fatima's like, you know how unlikely it is for her to have a set of twins with two different fathers? I'm like, Fatima, it's unlikely, but it happens in real life too. Over at the police station, we have Gary talking to the detective, and he's like, I'm just trying to find my pregnant fiance. Gary should really get an Oscar for this performance that he's pulling, because he knows that he's did something to that girl, but he's sitting in front of the police crying. Gary wants to put this on Andy so bad that he's like, according to Penelope's phone records, the last person she talked to was her. Andy's just standing there in shock, and I would be in shock too, but Jordan's like, keep my sister's name out your mouth. I think we're about to see a different side of Jordan. He might pull a Will and Chris Rock situation. Then Gary tries to pull the guilt trip card, like, doesn't anybody care about finding Penelope? Of course they do. But you're not gonna sit here and act like you ain't do nothing to her either. Over at Danny's, we see Sabrina and Danny having a conversation, and Danny tells Sabrina that Karen has two baby daddies. Even after Karen told Danny, what stays in this room, and don't tell nobody. I knew Danny was going to tell somebody. I'm actually glad that Zach took Danny's advice and got the DNA test, because if he didn't, Karen would have pinned those babies on him. The truth would have never came out, and Karen would have rode that lie into the sunset. Look over at the police station, and he winds up having a conversation with the detective, and he's like, when's the last time you seen Penelope Williams? And he's like, I can assure you that you have the wrong person. The detective's like, I can assure you that I have the right person. And I think this is when they're going to construct a deal to help take Gary down. I don't know what type of deal this may be, but whatever it is, I hope that Andy doesn't get hurt or she slips up and Gary finds out about it and he winds up hurting her. I hope that she also lets him know about the information that she got from the private investigator on Gary. If she does bring the information in, I hope this helps lead to the case of putting Gary in jail for Penelope's disappearance. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications. Bye!